everyone. So I'm stopping by tonight just with a quick product review of the Concord 9th September release featuring all Christmas or holiday themed products. So this is a brand that I don't normally use. I might have one or two stamps from Concord 9th that I've used in the past, but I thought that I really like their release this year and their style is very different from what I usually work with, so I wanted to challenge myself to try some different types of supplies to see if I can come up with some new and fresh card design. So let's take a look at the items in this release. So this is the free gift die that you get if you make a purchase as large as I did. I purchased the whole release. I'm not sure what the minimum requirement was, but it says "Let's be jolly." So it's kind of cool, and it will pair well with a lot of the other die and stamp sets in the release. Next, we're going to take a look at the Mistletoe Messages dies and then the Mistletoe Messages stamp set. So one of the things that I like about these products this month is that there are a lot of standalone die sets. So you don't have to do a lot of coloring if you don't want to. And normally I do a lot of coloring, so that's why I thought, again, it would be a good way to challenge myself to kind of come up with some fresh ideas. So with this, you can make like a nice little mistletoe and put it on the front of your card and then add one of these little sayings in the little banner here. So you could say, "Let it snow," "Holiday bliss," and "Mistletoe kiss," "Merry Christmas." You could also make it like a gift tag. And I like that there's lots of things you can do with the berries. You can make them red, you can make them sparkly, lots of different ways to use this. And then this little string is also really, really cute, the little bow to tie it together at the top. So that's the first set that I purchased. Next, we have this Holly Berries die set. And this, I guess you can make like a banner on the front of your card that says "Season's Greetings," and then you can adorn it with some of the holly and the berries there, and that's what the greeting will look like. So again, if you just want to make a card that just features die cuts, this is a good option for nice and clean and simple card design. Next, we have the Silent Night stamp set and the So Silent Night dies, and these pair well together. So as you can see, we have this little, I guess it's a manger, right? Stamp, and then you also have the accompanying die here, and it's a solid stamp, so you can just stamp it with brown or gold ink, and then you don't have to do any coloring if you don't want. There are also these dies that have stitching in them, so I'm not sure if these coordinate exactly with these images. They look like they do. Oh, I see now. So these are the die cuts for the stamps here, and then you can also make a stitched version in your card design if you like. And I think it's going to be fun to kind of get out some of my embroidery yarns and try to add some embroidery to my Christmas cards this year. So great stamp set, and I love that really large saying, "Oh, come let us adore him," or "Silent Night." I like this curve saying, "Oh, holy night, oh, night divine." Just really, really, really cute stamp and die set. Next, we have this Merry Shape stamp set and then the So Merry die. So again, we have a stamp and die set that will work well together. So if you don't want to do any coloring, you can just use this stamp set to stamp your different images in different inks, and then you can use these dies to cut the images out, so no need for coloring. And then there's also this great stitching detail if you want to add some stitching detail to your card. So I like that you can make a stitched Christmas tree. It'd be a lot of fun to zigzag the embroidery floss across to make it look like garland on the tree, and then you can add some little balls. Really, really cute there. And let's see what that saying is. So the saying is "Merry and bright" in stitching. And here are some just sketches of different ways that you can use these dies. And then, like I said, you can always pair these with the stamps here and have just stamp your images so you don't have to color them. And then the sayings we have happy holidays, wishing you happy holidays, 'tis the season. Really, really cute. Next, we have this woven stripes background stamp. And again, if you just don't want to have to do too much work with ink blending on your background, you can just stamp your background with this woven stripes background stamp. I also think it would be fun to try to maybe stamp this 2 or 3 times at different angles to make a plaid or a checkerboard print. You can, if you want to make like a buffalo check, maybe you can stamp this one way with red ink and then the other way with black ink. That could be kind of cool. Maybe take a ruler and add some white lines in varying widths as well to help kind of make a fun like Christmas candy cane pattern. So this will be a nice element to add to some card designs with these different products. I also picked up the Christmas Floral dies and the Christmas Floral stamp set. So this makes me happy because I will get a chance to color at least a little bit with this release. So we have this great, really large Christmas saying with all the poinsettias around it. And then we have some little berries and then another standalone poinsettia. And then you can cut out the Christmas as well. So it'd be nice to make it stand up from the stamp, or you can also use this so that Christmas is cut out. You can make it like a cutout and then maybe put some shaker elements behind it. It's another way to use it. And then you have the little leaves and little berries that you can die cut as well and just kind of make a really fun die cut design around your card. And then this is the stamp set that I'm most excited about. I think as soon as I shut off this video, I'm gonna break this one open and start making some cards. So this is the stocking stuffer stamp set and the stocking stuffers dies. So this one, of course I love it because it's all about the coloring. So you can color in 2 different types of stockings and then you can fill them with either candy canes or a little present or some pretty Christmas flowers, and then you have your sentiments that say you're on my nice list, very merry, holly jolly, sending you some holiday cheer and ho ho ho. And I think it'll be fun too. You could have an overflowing stocking so you don't have to just use one of these 3 options. You can, why not like stagger them and put a whole bunch of stuff coming out of the stocking. I might try to make one using all 3 just because I love to overdo things. And then these are the die cuts. So all of the different pieces that you stamp, it also has a die cut, so it'll make layering your card design pretty easy. For a background, I'm thinking of getting a brick stencil and running it through my die cut machine to emboss the pattern onto my cardstock. And I was thinking of taking a light brown cardstock and seeing if I can get the effect of gingerbread. I think it would be fun to put the stockings on top of a gingerbread background for just a nice pop of color with the brown and then the different reds and whites that I envision for the colors in of my stocking, and then all the little things sticking out of it. So just one idea of a way to use this stamp. And then finally, I have one of their famous Turnabout stamps, and this is the Holly Berry Turnabout stamp. And there are actually 2 stamps here. So one, we have our leaves, and then we have our little berries. So you can either stamp them individually or you can combine them in a design. And this is kind of what it will, like, this is what it'll look like. So if you combine them, you'll have leaves and berries, and you can use different colored ink so that you get different variations of leaves and different variations of color of the berries. Or you can just stamp the leaves, and then this is the impression that you would get. Or you could just stamp the berries, and then that's what your background would look like. So very versatile turnabout stamp here, lots of ways to use it. And for a sentiment, you could use, you know, any of the sentiments that we've looked at here, the die cut sentiments like let's be jolly, Merry Christmas, and what was the third? Season's Greetings. So I think any of those would work really, really well here. All right, so that is my review of the Concord 9th September or Christmas release. I'm gonna start getting to work right away, making some pretty cards using this stamp set first. And if you're interested to see what I make, go check out my Instagram feed. I will be probably posting my creations there before they make their way over to YouTube. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a great night, and I hope everyone is having a great time with all of their crafting projects, whether you're doing holiday crafting projects or birthday or some other occasion. Thanks.